When Aeneas wanted to go to the Underworld to retrieve his father, he talked to the Sibyl of Cumae. Now she required that he must find a golden bow on the island and tear it from the tree. And then and only then would she follow him down to Hades. And that's the only way he would have been submitted, is to find this golden bow. So he went to find it, and when he did, they entered the Underworld. So found the golden bow, showed it to her, she approved, and they went down to the cave entrance, which was right by the lake, and where the golden bow was. On the descent down to the lower world, Aeneas and the Sibyl had seen gambling and monsters and crowding ghosts. But that was not their challenge. Their first challenge was to cross the rivers Cocytus and Acheron. Now, the only way they could get across these rivers was to get ferried by the boatman Charon. But he only took... When they arrived at Charon's boat, he would not let them pass because they were not dead. At first, he was very angry and told them to get off. But when Aeneas decided to show Charon the golden bow, he understood and permitted them to move on. And he then took them to the gate where they had to go through Cerberus. When Aeneas and the Sibyl arrived at the gates of Hades, they had to bypass Cerberus, the three-headed watchdog. They did this by following Psyche's example and giving him a piece of cake. While the dog was eating the cake, they snuck past him and through the gate. Once the two were through the gate, they could see King Minos judging the dead. Although devious in life, he was fair in his judgment, but it was still not a great sight, so they quickly moved on. Next, they came to the fields of mourning, where Aeneas saw Dido. He wept and asked if he was the cause of her death. However, she could not understand him, and she quickly disappeared. As they moved on, Aeneas and the Sibyl came to a junction in the road. To the left, they could hear sounds of clanking chains and torture. Aeneas asked what it was. It was ruled over by the stern Rhadamanthus, a son of Europa. However, his father was in the path to the right, in the Elysian fields. Aeneas and the Sibyl then arrived at the Elysian fields. Upon seeing his father, Aeneas and the Sibyl went up and started to talk to him. Although they had many things to say, Aeneas' father, who wished to return to the land of the living, had to bathe in the river Lethe, the river of forgetfulness. Aeneas and the Sibyl then led him there and prepared to bathe. So then Aeneas bathed his father in the river. His father could see all the lines of his family and talked about it briefly. Aeneas and the Sibyl then left and returned to Earth, where Aeneas returned to his ships and sailed up the coast of Italy, looking for the promised home of the Trojans.
I came in like a wrecking ball. Are you really me? I came in like a wrecking ball. Na, na, na. You wrecked me. Now I am dead in about 3, 2, 1. Bye. Have a good day.